This is Scholar Saunders scene. What's current? Now, Drizzy's got the money. Cole's got the power. K-Dot's got the respect. What do you say about it? What do you say with this clear and present diss track? This is what I like about Kendrick Lamar. He doesn't come at you sideways, sneak dissing, sub tweeting, sub messing, sub rapping. He says it, your name on the track. He says it. He goes in. So I have to respect him for that much. So this is the big story. This is across all the rap magazines. This is the big story. It's about Kendrick Lamar talking about it's no big three, it's big me, and that's the essence of hip hop. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I could be messed up. I could be messed up in the whole game. I may not have it all together. I lost my marbles. I got bipolar disorder. But I thought that was the essence of hip hop, saying you were the best. That's why I call Eminem hip hop. M is for mysticism, thinking about feeling some kind of supernatural source of wisdom or thought or powers or something. Narcissism, N, that's not egoism but egotism, which is a difference between the two. It's being boastful and proud, but having may not have the audacity to back it up. You're just saying that you're the best. You're just puffing out your chest, but you might not be able to take one in the face or not, or something like that. And of course, M, mercantilism. This is the heart of this is a part of it that's very important. It's a piece of capitalism. It's a facet of capitalism, but it's not outright capitalism. It's a piece of it. It says that you can buy and sell and trade and do things in the marketplace for commerce, and that's okay. There's nothing too wrong with mercantilism. There's something wrong with mysticism and narcissism, but not so much with so those are the broke. That's exactly right. I am a broke capitalist. I just checked my net worth. It's zero. I thought it was like at negative 2,000 something, but they put it at zero. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, so it's just goofy. It's real goofy. It's some really messy, sideways kind of things going on. But K-Dot comes at you straight. Like I said, K-Dot will address you and have wordplay on wordplay, talking about they have the dogs. I hope the cane come through with the 9, and that means the K is Kendrick and the 9 is a 9mm, and he's just like layering it. He's layering it. And don't forget, if Rick James comes into this room, he's getting something special. He's getting a special item. We'll see about that. We'll see if he comes into the live. But this whole big three. I always thought about the big three. I always thought Drake was LeBron, J. Cole was Russell Westbrook, and K-Dot was Steph Curry. If you understand, what I'm saying there. All right, here we go. I'll come back to this. Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted the best, you got the best. I present man who goes through the looking glass and sees. I present Skyer Sanders sees what's Kerbet. And so salute to Rick James. Everybody clapping up for him. He is officially added as a moderator. He is an official moderator. He's got the wrench. From now on, he didn't give me $1. He didn't give me a red cent. But he put me on to Rachel's Ghost, and they are ape shit. They went crazy. It was what exactly what you put in the time or the effort or the money. I'll give you a wrench. He didn't put in the money. He put in the time and the effort. That Broke Ninja is a mod. Yeah, well, tell you the truth, that I respect him for it. You got it, Rick James. So there it is. He brought me onto a great, panel talking about good stuff, talking about music, talking about classical music, talking about all kinds of topics. They featured my story. They read the story on air. They had my YouTube stream go from 492 to 505. God damn it! And this is because of Rick James. Clap it up for him. Clap it up for Rick James. Greg ass says about that Skrilla or keep it moving. Yeah, well, I'm about that Skrilla, and they read my story, so I'm gonna get money off of that. They definitely did, so I appreciate that. All right, back to the lecture at hand. We have Kendrick Lamar taking heads off. They talked about what they said, personal first person shooter. He had the scope on him. He just single shot killing him. One shot familiar, rock off familiar. Rick James gave someone tip as a favor. Gave the bussy as payment. Hey, I don't know about all that. I don't know. You gotta talk with Rick James with all that. But he has earned his wrench. He put me on to go to Rachel's Ghost, and I appreciate that because they definitely boosted me. I only got one more criterion to go to. I'm not gonna get the other criterion. 3 million views on a short film. The closest I got was 1,000, so that's not gonna happen. But I think I can get to hours watched. I have 1,900 something, and I'm supposed to get to 3,000. I'm pretty sure I can get that by the end of maybe May or June. Pretty sure I can get that. So I got 3 people in here, 3 likes. We're talking about the big 3. No, the big me, Kendrick Lamar says, and that is hip hop. That is hip. That is like the essence of people beating on the tables in the lunchrooms and freestyling and rapping and battling over against each other. What if Rock La Familia never folded? Well, you get Rock Nation. You get the paper plane hats and and people in management and Fat Joe is a worker for Rock Nation. But anyway, I admire Kendrick Lamar. He has so much charisma. He has so much drive. He has so much power. Doesn't get the sales of Drizzy, and J. Cole doesn't even get the sales of Drizzy. But K-Dot won the Pulitzer Prize for music. No other genre besides jazz and classical has won. Not R&B, not rock and roll, not smooth jazz. They're talking about some serious jazz. He won it for hip hop. Hip hop. He put hip hop on the award scene beyond the Grammys or the Billboard Awards or anything like that. He won it for a Pulitzer. He won a Pulitzer for his efforts. So that's something that's big. Greg says, I'm still not 100% sure what Kendrick looks like. Ha 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 ha. So why don't you look him up? I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you mean. You gotta clarify. You gotta clarify that. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. Careful, Rick. Rick James just used that wrench as a tool. Pause. Well, that's why it's called a wrench. It's a tool. It's an instrument of, better, flourishing life. Making life easier, making life better. That's what a tool is. Pause. But no, big 3, no, big me. That's the reality of it. That's the truth. That's the reality. Sky Saunders made a star and thumbnail. Did I really? K-Dot is nice. Yes, he is nice. He's one of the best rappers out there. He could be up there. That's why I say they always say the big 3. But he's saying it's the big me. That's the thing. He's saying it's the big me. I just saw Rick James say I use my 2 wisely. Well, that's good. Use this head up here. But yeah, so hold on. I got to answer this. Hold on. So it's just funny. It's just weird. It's very weird. It's very weird. It's like what is it going to be? Is it going to be a trio? This is why I try to stop at basketball players and go back to the wrestling, because it's going to be like a trio, in the ring. It's going to be K Dot, Drizzy, and Cole, and they're all going to go at each other. Greg says Big Pun of Proof is best of all time, or Boosie. Triple H, yeah, Triple H. What was it? The New World Order, and exactly. He just said NWO, yeah, exactly. New World Order. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock. Manimal? What was his name? Manimal? Wasn't the son of something? Can't remember his name now, but Mankind. Yeah, Mankind. He was one of my favorite, just weirdo, wrestlers. But of course, Sting. Yeah, Sting. Call me Rick Jackson said, "Call me crazy, but no K Dot. There will be no Kendrick." Did you mean to say no Drake? There'll be no Kendrick. Or you meant to say no Cole? There'll be no Kendrick. What do you mean? Who was my favorite? My favorite was Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. And then he'll double fist the beers and storm out of the ring. Yeah, K9 and Kendrick the same person. That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. What do you mean? Oh, you're saying for Rick James, yeah. I don't know what you mean, Rick James. You gotta explain a little further. Gotta explain a little bit further than that, sir. I might have to take away your wrench. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'm playing with you. But yeah, so that that's where I am now with I just it's Friday. It seems like we should be talking about some laid back, cool, crazy stuff. We talking about tension, stress, and or drama on the mics. Rick Jackson says, "Oh, I thought K Dot was a different one character." No, K Dot's the same person. K Dot and Kendrick Lamar are the same person. But yeah, so I'm just watching it. I want to talk about something laid back and cool, and have you people out there in broadcast land light one and or drink something or pop something. Uh, I'm cool with my psychiatric drugs, my prescription meds as they like to call them. Smoking on stress. Rich A says, I thought you would talk about the breaking news. The princess had cancer. No, I already know that Kate Middleton had cancer. I'm not going to talk about that because I have mixed feelings about that. I think, there should be no Kate Middleton princess cancer. Should just be Kate Middleton has cancer. She shouldn't be a princess. There should be no princesses or princes or kings or queens or anything like that. They're all cancers, really. To be honest with you, if you want to talk about real talk, they're all cancers on society. They suck away the life out of society, especially for the UK people. We're probably paying something to them too. It's quiet. They don't talk about it much, but I'm sure. Not sure, but I can imagine that America is paying for. All right, Rick James is going a little over the line. Only one rule, yeah, only one ruler, yeah. But I would say that they are welfare recipients, largest welfare recipients, and that I think I can't prove this, but I would. This is my tinfoil hat moment. But the United States has been paying UK for the prince, for the king and queen and all that. In some way, somehow, we're giving them money for something. I don't know how, but somewhere. Scott coming with facts today. When do I not come with facts? I always come with facts. I don't make any of this stuff up, but I do come with, some theories. They may not be. That's just an idea to me. It's not conspiracism. It's an idea that it's possibly true. I think it wouldn't be impossible. I wouldn't put it past them. So. Greg says sometimes you come with that BS. Not gonna lie. So give me a specific example when I came with BS. Just give me one example, and I'll wait. I'll give you 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, you got to think. Think about it. Exactly. If you got to think about it, then you obviously don't have me down for saying something that's not factual. Don't let me K dot you, dog. You you looking like Drizzy right now. I might have to come at you. Don't let me K dot you. It's the big me. We got three people going right now. Rick James is J. Cole. Greg S is Drake, and I'm K Dot. I'm Kendrick Lamar. Counting too fast with a small hat worship. What do you mean counting too fast? Counting what too fast? The countdown I just gave was too fast? And with the small, I don't worship anybody. I only worship, the closest thing I worship is my dad. That's the closest thing I worship. And small hats, of course not. Jewish people, hey, I'm not going to call them small hats. Even if Mr. Choice Terrain says small hats, I still say Jewish people because everybody has small hats. The Catholics wear small hats. The Muslims wear small hats. So what are you saying? You specify as one part of the people that wear small hats? All of them are goofy. Mysticism is goofy. They all have different hats and they all have different pointy hats and yeah, the curly people. But still, even that you want to say curly people, you say, there's probably a sect somewhere in the Muslim community that has, curls too. Who knows? You never know until you figure it out. Until you look at it 60 Minutes or something, or you're reading in Time Magazine. Yes, you counted down too fast. Well, let me give you another chance. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope that satisfies you. You cat for the Jews from time to time. I get it. You don't want to be X'd out. No, I just tell the truth. I tell the facts. I say that Israel should, and of course, exist and be a state on its own self and independent among virtually a sea of a desert of savages and brutes. Because what is the opposite fighting for? What are they fighting? The Jews, Israel, Israelis are fighting for freedom, for independence, for integrity, for selfishness, for good, for reality. What is Hamas? What is Hezbollah? What are the Palestinians, Gazans? What are they, for? Therefore, a one ruler dictatorship. Therefore, locking down people. Therefore, throwing off people off of buildings because they're gay or lesbian or LGBTQ or whatever the case may be. That's what they're fighting for. I am the way, the truth, and the light. It's the life, not the light, Greg asks. It's the life, not light. See, you have to get your facts straight. Tell us the light. It's not the light. It's the life. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Life. But let me get back to this K Dot. It's a K Dot situation. It's K Dot all day. I've been listening to his music. I listened to the snippet. There was a good breakdown on Complex. This is where I got the description from. It was a great breakdown on complex.com. It showed how, like, why was Cole named? Why, does Future have beef with Drake? Is Metro Boomin still beefing with Drake? I shouldn't say beefing. They have tension, stress, and or drama with Drake. So, yeah. Greg S is talking too much. He needs to show us some dollar signs. Facts. Facts, Rick James. Facts. Facts. That is facts. He needs to show us some dollar signs. He already did. That's why I'm not even worried about him because he gave me $7.25. He didn't have to do that. I appreciated that. That shocked me. I almost had a heart attack. I was like, Elizabeth. What's up, William? Salute. Oh, what's up, Black Cuddy? Salute. Everybody coming in now. Donations are necessary. All right. Suit Rick James for finally wiping. Okay, that's another story. Black Cuddy. Black Cuddy is ending the week. I'm expecting something to hold on to. I'm expecting a little something to go with you. I'm hitting up William and Black Cuddy. I already hit up Greg S. And I gave Rick James. If you haven't already, give Rick James an applause for getting me to over 500 viewers, 500 subscribers. He put me on to Rachel's Ghost. This is a very enlightening podcast or broadcast, I should say. I enjoyed it. It wasn't just like I was promoting. I was really enjoying the flow of the action. And they're very receptive. I'm brand new. I'm like nothing. I haven't been on there and testing put up my my weight, put my weight up. They ain't did nothing like that. It was like, shoot, come on in. Hey, we can't put you in the cam yet. That's the only thing they stopped at. They didn't put me in the cam. But I'm sure if I continue to go on there, I'll be on the cam. But they read my story. They whenever they said get subscribers, the subscribers responded crazy. I was at 492. They took me up to 504. 12 whole subscribers just just off top. And they were talking about classical music and everything. It was awesome. It was great. I should talk about that in the second half. I'll talk about that in the second half. We got to talk about K Dot. K Dot, K Dot, K Dot is the truth. Greg S says, excuse me, sir. I want to buy the bar. That ninja Sky Saunders done keyed up my car. I don't know who said that, but that sounded like a hard bar. Rick James says they usually put people on the cam immediately, but they started policing things today. Yeah, when a nigger comes on. How did you pull that off, Rick James? That's a Missy Elliott. Oh, that sounds like a hard bar for Missy Elliott. That surprised me. That's a Missy. If it is a Missy Elliott bar, because she really doesn't have too many hard bars. She has flow. Definitely has flow. She has flow, but not that much. I'm repacted, Greg S. I don't know what you mean. But anyway. K Dot. Kendrick Lamar. A problem. And I mean that in the best way. I mean, this is hip hop. This is why it continues to last for as long as it has lasted. Because it's about that competition. They all if one of them something happened terrible, not wishing upon any of them, something happened crazy, they'd be like, "Oh, salute, dog. That's man for real. Up, prayers up." They would have said all of that fly, fancy, cool shit. If something crazy were to happen to Drizzy, Cole, or K Dot, they would have said all that fly, fancy shit. Prayers up. It's on God. We're wishing him the best. Everything's good for him. We hold down his family. All of that would have been said. That's why this is like a wrestling thing. This is like, what was it, Chris Benoit? And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Chris Benoit was the one that either killed his family. Was that the one? Was it Chris Benoit? So let me correct it. Let me figure that out. Chris Benoit. Yeah, a welfare check. Yep. He killed his wife and his 7-year-old son, and then committed suicide. Yeah, Chris Benoit. Who was the wrestler that got all the way to the top of the ceiling and then fell? I think I saw that live. I can't remember his name though. I'm gonna look it up right now. Wrestler who? Owen Hart. Yes, Owen Hart. Back in 1999. pay-per-view event. He went all the way to the rafters and fell. So little moments like that could some like that happen on a hip hop scale. Probably with something to do with guns getting drawn or knives coming out. That was Rick James Pappy. Oh, you're making jokes. But if that something wild happened to any of them, they'd be, oh my God, man. I'm just so he was such a good guy. He's such a good guy. He's gonna pull through though. He'll be all right. Or if they sadly if they passed, they'd be like, oh yeah, he was such a great guy. He was just such a wonderful influence in the culture and for hip hop, and he was just one of the best ever to do it. Like they'd just be really contrite and everything like that because there's a separation. I think because even if like when Biggie was like, when Tupac got, he said he got shot. He's like, again, like he gonna pull through. He got shot 5 times. He'll be all right. Like he wasn't expecting him to die. And then Biggie said, I wouldn't wish death on nobody because there's no coming back from that. That's facts. He said that. He said that. He said that like out loud. So he was not even like dissing or maybe if it was the other way around, I don't know what Tupac would have said because Tupac was on some other shit with Hit 'Em Up. He said some real wild foul shit just off top. First off, fuck your bitch and that click you claim. He made it like an essay. First off, fuck your bitch and that click you claim because I fucked your wife. Like, God damn, could you tone it down a little bit, Pac? Tone it down. He didn't care. He went on the way. My fofo make sure all your kids don't grow. Like, damn. Sheesh. But I think, this could just be another, flourishing moment for hip hop. This is just the first, I think it's still the first quarter. It's still the first quarter. January, February, March. Yeah. Three months. It's still the first quarter. And I see this happening. I see K Dot coming out with at least one full-fledged battle rap. I feel like Drizzy's gonna get on somebody else's song again too, and probably talk about it and maybe address K Dot. And J. Cole's is gonna be in the middle, like, am I here for what? I thought we was cool. He's gonna be like the what did he say? Fuck you mean it? What did he say? Fuck me for? Like the 50 Cent meme. It's gonna be something special. And the summer's coming up. It's gonna be spring. It's just a few days after spring, first sprung. Summer's coming up. The weather's gonna get hot on the northeast. It's already warm on the west, but the Midwest and the Northeast are gonna get warmer. So I expect this to be a bloodbath. No, to quote the Orange Man. I don't think it's going to be a bloodbath. I think it's going to be a few, a full-fledged, diss track by Kendrick Lamar, separate probably from on his own album. J. Cole's going to respond and say like, "Hey, why don't we get together and be friends and be the big three and have So he's probably going to try to be a uniter, not a divider. I don't think uniter is a word, but it might be. It might be. But I don't know if divider is a word. I think it is though. But anyway, he's probably gonna try to like link them together, try to hold hands, be arm in arm. But Drizzy and K Dot, they got something that's been going back for years. They've been going back and forth at each other for years. So I just like that fact that he said the big me. No big three, because I always said that. I always said Drizzy got the money, Cole got the power, and K Dot's got the respect. And according to K Dot, Kendrick Lamar, he said that he said that respect is better. I'm not quoting him directly, but he just, to paraphrase him, he said respect is better. So that's the point at which I would definitely agree with him. And I think this whole matter will just go down the annals of hip hop. Pause, because that sounds weird, but it will be one of the best battles, not beefs, to ever come out of the womb of hip hop. All right. So, okay, let me explain this morning. This morning was a special time for me. This is a very special time because Rick James had told me, I don't know if it was days ago or weeks ago. Yeah, they should make a PPV battle, pay-per-view battle. That would be awesome. A three-way battle. Pause. Please refrain from using that word. And I said annals. 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 Get your mind out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter, man. Come on, man. Start thinking, dude. But anyway, yeah, I knew Rick James was gonna make it sloppy. He said, "I love three ways." I'm not talking about that. Come on now. These are three grown, supposedly straight men. So, but anyway, I want to talk about this morning, Rick James. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about you, sir. You told me, Rick James told me, either days ago or weeks ago, you got to get on. Yeah, I was surprised. Delaware surf nigga. Yeah, damn right I'm a Delaware surf nigga. But anyway, that I had to get on Rachel's Ghost Live. I had to get on Rachel's Ghost Live. I'm like, I was dragging my feet. I was like, and then I got serious and I was like, damn, I forgot. I was really gonna get up this morning. And a few weeks ago, I was like, or a few days ago, I was gonna really get up this morning and be on the show and see what it's like. And I was very pleasantly surprised. They were very, intelligent white people. Like they say that about black people. Oh, he's just so intelligent. Oh my God, it's just so great. He's very intelligent. He's just very smart. He's very articulate. He's an articulate young black man. Yes. So I want to say that for white people. I want to say they were very articulate. They're very intellectual and very intelligent. Say that, but so they, it was just fun. It was like a great time. And Rachel, who is just happens to be a transgender woman, she was very inviting and very welcoming to me. I didn't care. I don't care about transgender. All I care about are their minds. Like, I always forget her name. Let me get her name right. Transgender. Amy Schneider. I don't care about Amy Schneider's genitalia. I don't care. I care about her brains. And she was one of the smartest people ever to appear on Jeopardy. She won more than 20, I think, straight games, or maybe even more. I think she has even more, but she's one of the biggest ones. What about Sister Hugh? Sister Hugh, because Sister Hugh is different. This is a different vibe. Because that's more like creative. They're not a game show, and you're creative when you're a podcast broadcast, but that's more like makeup and the mixture of I kind of like the fact that it's like a swipe at the Catholic Church. It's a swipe at I'm talking about Sister Who right here. Look it up on YouTube. You can find it out. Sister Who. I was first. I repelled from it. I backed away from it. I was like, not really feeling this into. And the makeup was making me sick. I was like, this is not. I'm not really for this. This is not my cup of tea. But like I said, I do respect the fact that they are, thumbing their nose at the Catholic Church for, having a sister who's a transgender woman. I think that's bringing down hopefully it brings down the walls of the Catholic Church, and I hope they get pissed off. I hope they get pissed off. They got pissed off at The Exorcist. They got pissed off one of my favorite movies called Dogma. They're saying, oh, this is not a good representation of the church. You know it's not a good representation of the church? Touching little boys. How about that? That's not a good representation of the church. Touching little boys and messing up their minds when they grow older and they're confused about who they are and what they are, and they lead to alcoholism and drug use because they were abused as children. Like, so I do respect that. Scott, want to bust down transgender wall? No, I do not want to bust down transgender walls, but I respect transgenders. I'm like Chris, not Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle made a whole career pivot by talking about transgender and gay and LGBTQ issues and stuff like that. And I don't understand the backlash. He had a friend commit suicide who was transgender, and they were friends. They were not like, oh, back and forth. You know, they were actual friends. So on that Saucy Santana talk, no, I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling facts. This is my opportunity to tell facts, Greg S. Pay attention. Before we have to battle. Before we have to go, we go. I put you in a screen. I don't think I can do that yet. I don't think I have that power to put you in the screen. I don't even think I have that at all, really. But anyway, so I think that, you know, with Dave Chappelle, he's one of the foremost. He was the youngest comedian to ever achieve the status of the Mark Twain Prize. So he's definitely a contender and definitely a heavyweight. And this is all in the guise of him going at LGBTQ, and they have the power now for most part. You know, they have a lot of power. The LGBTQ community, they'll shut you down. They'll shut your ass down. But they haven't shut Dave Chappelle down because he's telling the truth. He was like saying how he had a whole long interlude talking about how God, I don't know what the context was, but he was just saying essentially, he was, at the end, the punchline was, and that's how I feel about transgender. Oh, it was an actor on set. Oh, it was, I'm trying to remember. Oh my God, it was an actor on set. It was Jim Carrey. Do you want to meet Jim Carrey? This is like 20 years. This is like 25 years ago. He was like, do you want to? Raquel is powerful. Oh yeah, she is. Yeah. But all the guys are guys. But anyway, the issue really was the crux of it was Dave Chappelle wanted to meet Jim Carrey, and this is at an earlier stage in his career where he wasn't that popular, wasn't that popping as a comedian. And he was like, yeah, I want to meet him, and like Jim Carrey was in character. If you ever seen Man on the Moon, oh my God, it's such a great performance. He didn't get the Academy Award for it. He should have got the Academy Award for that movie and for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. But that's a totally different story. Anyway, so he says, people go, he's like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Like that. Like Dave Chappelle's like really engaged in something. They're like, whoa, no. He's not Jim Carrey. He's Andy Kaufman. Like he was like, but he's Jim Carrey. No, he's Andy Kaufman. He's still in character. Like that. So he's like, and that's how I feel about transgender. And that's what I feel too when I first, like, it was very immature of me, to be honest, to be completely honest. But I was in the VA, right? The Veterans Affairs Hospital in Bedford, Massachusetts. And there was a transgender woman. I'll give him that. Or her that, excuse me. See? But it just looked like a man with a dress and glasses and a wig. I was just like, this nigga here looks like a white Medea. I'm like, I can't with this. I'm because that's the first thing I thought of Medea. This real tall, brolic, strong faced, having, and I was just like, man, that's. But you remain the silence I had was respect. I didn't say like, well, what? I didn't question. I didn't say anything. It was just passing in the hallway. I was just like, that was once a man. I can only say that. I cannot say that's a man. It was once a man. It was a woman. I have to give him that respect. So anyway, what am I talking about? We were talking about sisterhood, but we'll talk about that later. Ah, that was a great joke. You got to run and tug from the trans nurse. Nurse Judy, I need a massage down there. Young Sky S. Oh my God. Greg asks, where do you come up with this stuff? Do you have writers in your room or wherever in your on your park bench or something like that? It's funny. It's good. You have good material. I have to give you that much. We still have tension, drama, and or stress. We still have that. Don't forget. Don't forget we still have that. All right. Still have tension, stress, and or drama. Greg S. No, you're cool with me. I'm just messing with you, man. But you know, today was awesome. Today was great. I had a great morning. It really life. We know Sky Saunders on the demon time. Yes, I'm the devil. I'm aging backwards. I've been here before. I was born in the first state on on the capital on an Air Force base. You can't get any more American than that. And what is America to the world, and especially to Iran, or most parts of the world, some parts of the world? To Iran, the great Satan. America is the great Satan. It is devil. It is. That's who I am. That's who I will be. When I die, the world ends. That's a fact. Let that be truth. When I die, the whole world ends. That's just how it goes. All billions and billions of people have died already. But there will only be one demise. That will be my death. That will be the end of the world. Facts. All right, so yeah, I had a wonderful, wonderful morning. It was great. It was like it was dreamy. I creamed. No, I'm doing too much. I just want Greg has to say pause. No, yeah, I creamed my shorts. I knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. But no, but she was welcoming. I forgot the other guys' names. I missed their names. I'm sure Rick James knows their names, but they were great. There was a kid. He was like, I don't remember his name either, but he had like a record of a bait of I don't remember the composer or the band the maestro's name, the lead conductor. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he said that he bought an LP, a long play, a 12-inch for $60, and it can go for double or triple that on the internet. So he got a good buy. He got it from a store, I think, somewhere. But he seemed very in tune with classical music, which I love. I love classical music. Berlioz happens to be my favorite classical artist. I'll talk about him for a little while and then go back to my morning. Berlioz is, if you haven't listened to Berlioz, make sure you listen to. He is most famous for his Symphony Fantastique, but he's also done Romeo and Juliet, and I think he's done an elegy. I think if that's the proper name. I may have mangled the name of it, but 12-inch triple that. You got it, Greg S. I'm telling you, you gotta hire a team of writers so you can get paid for this, man. Seriously, you hired a team, and then you'll get more exposure from my show. There's already 6 people in. 6 people would like the show. 2 people, it looks like it's just you and Rick James. It's Greg S. and Rick James in here. I scared away William and Black Cuddy because I was talking about giving me donations. But that's all right. They're good guys. But yeah. So it was just awesome. It was a great. I love great experiences. I get hesitant. I get anxious. I have anxiety issues, not attacks, but just issues. Sometimes I sweat. Sometimes my palms get clammy. I just want a great experience. And for the most part, I've had really great experiences with women, with friends that are men, with friends that are women. But I just live for those great moments. Nah, I exposed myself at park, got ticket. 7 likes. How about that? You gotta love it. Somebody came in and left, or somebody didn't put the like in, was already here, or it's that phantom algorithm where y'all can see more people than I can. I see 2 people, 4 and 7 likes, so you guys can probably see more than I can. And I'm the show host. I'm the host of the goddamn show. But yeah. So I just thought it was magical. It really was. It was great. Like it was more than I expected. I thought it was gonna be like, so who are you? Like, what's so great about you? What are you up to? I don't see. Rick James sees 9 likes. Greg S sees 8 likes. You both could be trolling. I don't know if you're trolling or not, but I only see 7 likes. I'm not trolling. Take the Lord's name in vain. You goddamn right. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my shoulder. My shoulder's feeling crazy. Oh, my stomach. Oh, my neck. Must be the Lord. You've gotten blocked from that show. Get out of here, Rick James. What'd you do? What'd you do? It was sweet for me. It was sweet. I came in there. Rick James, you were like, hey, look, you introduced him to me. There was a girl on there that subscribed to you. Yeah, there was, and one that backed off. There was 505. It went up 13, and then it went up down to 12. It was at 480, 492. Then it went up to 505, and then one person backed off. I don't know who it was though. Oh snap, he did something. But I was being a bit too, I can hear the voice. I can hear his cadence. I can hear the rhythm of his, But I was being a bit too, What did Rick James do bad? That's what I want to know. What was it, Rick James? Let us know. And also, since I'm talking, I didn't get a chance to speak to a live audience. Check out the Doomsday 2 video with Eminem. He's wearing the gold tie and the black shirt. They got that from me. They got it from me. They're not wearing the hats, but they got the black shirt and the gold ties. It's crazy. I was like, what the hell? They copying off of my style. Can up Rick James. Cam up on your page. Doomsday 2. Yeah, Doomsday 2. Check out Doomsday 2. It's crazy. I was like, what the hell? Greg S., I want to see you on cam. I can't. I don't have any power. Do I have power to do that? Oh, I do. Share screen. Hold on. I'm gonna. I'm looking for it right now. I can't. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm not gonna try. So I'm not gonna try that. But yeah, today was great. I've had great experiences with black people, brown people, red people, white people, yellow people. Some really great experiences on BLK. Black people were great. Not to say that's a surprise, but they were great. It just was natural. It was very organic. A woman asked me, "Are you Catholic?" No, I said, "No, I'm an atheist." And they were like, "Oh!" It just was like, that was like throwing a grenade, like boom, it just exploded. And like I had to tell them, I bet not any. I said red. I said yellow, black, red, brown, white, yellow. I never had any good experience with Israelites. Well, slow that down. Slow it down. That may be the views expressed by Rick James are not reflective of the Scholar Saunders seeing broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised. Yes. Also, the views expressed by Greg S. are not in congruency with that of the broadcast of Scholar Saunders seeing. Viewer discretion is advised. Okay, Rick James. I've only had one race that I slept with. White woman, pink toe, snow bunny, Polish chick, real white. Not that, half white. Someone are they white? No, this is white. This is rice on a piece of paper plate in a snowstorm white. Polish are amazing. Yes, they are. She let me do anything and everything. But we're gonna get to that later date. We're not gonna talk about that too much. They slap you. Well, she didn't slap me around a bit. No, she slapped my face, but it was like, remember Gizmo from Gremlins before they turned into the Gremlins? It was like that. It was like a little paw. It was like little like that. It's adorable. Rick James is capping. Rick James is capping. I'll take his word for it, especially since today. It was like they were having really good conversations. They were saying, talking about like I said, the music. They were talking about I can't remember everything they were talking about, but it was just enlightening. It was very welcoming, situation. It was like going into a pool and just wading through, and it's kind of warm, but it's not too warm. It's cool, and you're just talking. She's got, is it Raquel? Raquel, she just uses Rachel's ghost as a moniker, but her real name is Raquel. She has different screens. She's boxed up in YouTube. I don't know how the hell you do that. Oh, you call her Raquel. I thought her real name is Rachel. Okay, that's her Spanish or her Italian name, Raquel, or maybe even French. I don't know. StreamYard, but how do you use? I don't know how to use. You have to pay for that. You have to pay for StreamYard, right? It's like $10, $20 a month or something crazy. And does she take I saw the donations on the bottom, but I was trying to look up her PayPal, but I couldn't find it. So, and I tried to say at the end, what is your do you have another way of paying? Because I'd like to thank her for that. I appreciate it. Yes, she pays. Yeah, so I'm not on that level yet. I pay for enough. They say about the cable companies. You cut the cord, but goddamn it, if you haven't done that or cut the cord, you do the same goddamn thing with the streaming services. It's the same thing. Paramount, Apple, Hulu, Netflix, just to say a few. You're paying for all that, and what does that all add up to? The same amount you're paying for your cable bill. It's crazy. Rick James says you should be on the show again. I bet you show up on cam, you'll get more subs. Yeah, hey, the more it was crazy. I've never had that reaction. I've been in, even Mr. Troy Star Terrain's live. They didn't really, and I got a few more. I got like 3 or 4, to be honest. But it wasn't as serious as this. This morning was crazy. I was like, it was like fast. It wasn't like, oh yeah, piddle paddle, subscribe, whatever. No, they came fast like an email. Who remembers that line? That's one of my favorite rappers, Family. Cousin nigga come quick like an email. That's one of my favorite songs. Hit me on my beeper. Hit me on my beeper. Walking on the block with life in my pocket. We looking for that beige and that green and diesel. Hit me on my beeper. Yeah, this is a hot song. Very underrated rapper. He's making money somehow, some way. He may be going back to the block, but he was on with Pharrell and them and the Neptunes, everybody. How many you got? I already told you, 12, 13 really, but then it fell back to 1. I started out going into the show with 492 subscribers. It shot up to 505. Then it came down to 504. No, it's not Missy Elliott bars. What's the name of the show he was on? Are you talking about me? Or who are you talking about, Greg S? The show I was on, it was Rachel's Ghost. Very, very good show. Very great show. It's all people who were born a man. That's all I can say. No females that were born, born a female. I'll say that much. Yes, you ninja. Just say nigger. You can say nigger. I want you to. I was on the live last night. There was a white boy saying, "Man, this nigga here is and this nigga here," and I lifted this nigga up. I smashed this nigga. I punched this nigga in the face. He said, "Why are you hitting me?" White boy, why are you so like? I still am not understanding. Why are people being chastised for saying the word nigger? I don't understand it. Hip hop is the most dominant genre in the world. That's Earth. That's 8 billion people. If you say the word nigger in a song, you're going to repeat it. So if you're a white boy in Wisconsin, you're going to repeat it. If you're a white girl in the British Isles and you're listening to a K Dot song and he says nigger, you're going to repeat it. It's possible. It's happened. It will continue to happen. I don't understand. It's like, oh, I'm gonna push it out there like that, but you can't say it. I'll say it 1,000 times on my record, but you can't say it. The hell you on a bussy show for? It's not a bussy show. Not a bussy show. Rick James, are you a trans? He's talking to Rick James now. They're policing the show now because someone is taking legal action against him. Wow, what is that? Greg ass, I don't answer. Oh, no offense, I like trans. No, Greg ass, duh. Yeah, hey, y'all got to work that out between y'all two. But I had a phenomenal time this morning. It was great. It was funny. It was informative. It was intelligent. I really enjoyed myself. I had a great time. So I thank you, Rick James. Thank you. That's why you got your wrench today. That you earned that wrench. I could have given it to you earlier. Really, you really are a day one, supporter. I really appreciate everything you've been able to do for me. But I do, and same thing with Greg S. Even the $7.25, I appreciate it. You haven't got to the level of a wrench yet. You got to bring me to a channel so I can get 15, 20, 100 more people. Yeah, because of the late Paul Rubin. Yeah, I had 230 people in my life. I said Paul Rubin dead, and it was like 230 people came in. And out of that 230 people, Rick James stuck around. So 1 out of 230 people. It's crazy. I'll surpass all donators. You can say donors, by the way. Then they will bow down. Pause, Rick James. Dang, when was that? That was in July. I can look it up exactly what the date was. Paul Rubin death. July 30th. That's when I first met Rick James. That was about 3 months and 15 days after I started this broadcast. So salute to the machines. That day I cried all day. Yeah, well, I can't cry over no cracker, and I don't care about most of these niggas to be crying over them either. But Rick, Paul Rubin wasn't. He had his demons. He had issues with underage and minors and certain literature and materials and stuff like that. But he bounced back kind of. He had roles in Blow and he had roles in other TV shows and movies. He's a white man. He was gonna be all right. If it was a black man, he ain't got nothing. He wouldn't have had nothing. Like R. Kelly, if he were even close to coming out of jail, he wouldn't have nothing. He would have to make his own studio over again. He had to make his own record label. Have to start his own business and on internet But Paul Rubin was a white man. He would have been all right. All right, but I have to roll because I gotta get something to eat. I gotta eat some shrimps. Yeah, that's right. I'm eating some scrimps. So I have to thank, of course, Greg S. I have to thank William. I have to thank Black Cuddy. And of course, of all the people I have to thank today, I have to thank Rick James, because he definitely led me onto a path of righteousness. He led me onto a path of growing. And I appreciate his every endeavor and way of showing his support for me. And I will see you sometime, probably tomorrow. May not be at 4 o'clock, maybe some other time, because I don't know how the Saturday is going to go. But I will say salute to all of you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the 7 likes. Thank you for the 3 people that came in. And rebroadcast land, thank you very much. That had 0 people the entire time yesterday. But a shout out to 20 views. Go figure. Thanks again. I appreciate it. Take care.